The Ice Cream Clown is a new for 2025 Haunted Hill Farm animatronic. This prop is being made by Tekky Design, and he advances the line of monster clown animatronics from Tekky, following characters like Clown on Stilts and Cotton Candy Dan. After seeing this beast and his massive eyeball-loaded cone in person, I have to say he's one of my favorite clowns ever. I'd like to thank Haunted Hill Farm for sending me this prop to review, and without any further ado, let's unbox the Ice Cream Clown. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to yet another Halloween 2025 animatronic unboxing setup, demo, and review video. Now this unboxing is an incredibly special one because today we are starting a mini-series where I will be unboxing every single Haunted Hill Farm 2025 animatronic. Before we jump into anything, I obviously want to send a huge thank you out to the Haunted Hill Farm team for providing me with this amazing opportunity to highlight and showcase each and every single one of their new animatronics. I very much appreciate this opportunity, and I am so excited to work on this series. To kick off their lineup, Haunted Hill Farm has sent me the Ice Cream Clown, or the Ice Cream Clown, whatever you want to call him, and he is right inside this box. As you can see, pretty large, and he is being made by Tekky Design. As you can tell, it is just a normal cardboard box, but it does have the Haunted Hill Farm logo on the side there, which is very nice, and on the front, it does say Scream Clown, Ice Cream Clown. Alright, so I have cut the tape on the box, and this is our very first look inside with all of the pieces. I can already see his head with the ice cream cone right there, and it looks like first up, we have a piece of styrofoam for his legs. Next up, we have his shoes, and I'm already seeing right now that, oh, look at that. I didn't even know that. They actually have artwork on them that's meant to look like confetti. Oh, that's super cool. Okay, take a look at that. They are plastic, but they're a nice plastic. They are not like flimsy clown shoes. They are a very nice plastic material. And look at that, the right shoe actually has some artwork on there that's meant to look like almost like confetti or ice cream, as he has in his hand. They are red and black, really nice shoes. And I guess let's not waste any time in seeing the most important piece for the Ice Cream Clown. This is his head, and I will give the camera, as always, the first viewing of it. I can see the ice cream cone. I can see his long, luscious locks sort of at the back of his head. By the way, really nice color for a clown. I don't know if we've ever seen a clown with this color hair before in animatronics, and oh my gosh, this thing is huge. That's my first impression. I did not expect it to be that big. Look at it compared to the size of my head. I thought this guy was just like a regular life size, but it looks like his proportions already are a little bit bigger than that, and you can see that he does have the red kind of like guts, if you want to call it that, inside his mouth, which you'll really see when his mouth moves. All plastic, not any latex, which is great to see. He looks like he has a cherry on top of his head with the ice cream cone. This is really cool looking. We have a plastic shoulder frame. We have a wire right here. This is awesome. And again, really big. Next up, we have a torso piece. This bag has his clothing as well as his suspenders. Next is the base with a bunch of poles zip tied to it, and this is a nice quality. Now this is really exciting. Inside this smaller cardboard box, inside the main animatronic box, first we have the ice cream cone, and this is very nicely packed in bubble wrap. So let's unpack it here and get a look at this. I'm really excited to see this thing in action with the eyeball actually moving around. So here it is. I'll give you all the first look at the ice cream cone with the eyeball. I already really like the colors on it with all the different ice cream. It looks super realistic the way they painted it. Obviously we have his hand as well. That is so cool. Again, look at how big it is. Giant ice cream cone. It looks awesome. And then finally, we have the empty hand as well as his control box. And I'll give you a close-up of that. As you can see, it is the big Tekky control box, indoor rated, but still looks really nice. All right, so we're now gonna start the setup for the Ice Cream Clown. And for the very first step, we will attach his lower support poles via snap locks. So you'll just match up A to A. These are the perfectly straight, smaller poles. Match up A to A and snap lock them on. Now we'll throw on the shoes, which are labeled left and right. The right one will be the one that has the nice confetti or ice cream style artwork on it. And there are little slots for the shoes to slide in on. There you go. You'll see it kind of slide on. Now we'll take the left shoe, slide it over the pole, and match it up with the slot so that it's flat on the base. Now we'll add on the next pair of poles matching B to B. So we'll simply snap lock these right on. The leg foam is next. This is very simple, just slides right over top of the poles we just added. Doesn't matter which way, obviously. It has little bends in the knees, so it's really easy, just like that. At this point, we'll go ahead and add on the costume for the clown. So you'll obviously just take it out of the clothing bag, find the legs. Obviously, you want the front to be facing the front of the animatronic, which is the one that has all of like the spilled ice cream all over it. That's the front. So we'll just slide it right over top of the legs. We'll undo the Velcro on the back of the costume, and you want the poles to be visible at the top. Now we can add on this little piece that we saw during the unboxing, and we will snap lock this on. Kind of surprising that this is for the entire waist because it's not really that big, but it does fit on perfect. So we'll match C to C on both sides and snap lock it in. Next, we'll add on the pole with the control box. This is a single snap lock connection, so we'll line it right up and snap lock it in. Next is the head, and this will also be a snap lock. Obviously, this just goes to the very top of the character. We'll line up the square connection just like so, and there's a snap lock. Slide it in, snap lock it. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the costume around the plastic shoulder form, and you can attach some of the Velcro on the back just so that it stays on. You don't want to attach all of it just yet because we still do need to access the control box to finalize the assembly, but you just want it to hang over the shoulder form so that we can do the next step. For this next step, we'll take the first arm, and you want the one that has the F sticker. This will be the right arm for the ice cream clown. This will get slid up his right sleeve. Very easy to do because this one has large sleeves. We'll now reach into the back of his shirt, and this will be snap lock on to his shoulder frame, matching F to F. Obviously, we'll do the exact same thing, but for the left arm, and as you saw, this will be the pole with the G sticker, and the G side will be where we make the snap lock connection up at the shoulder frame. So just go ahead and slide it through his sleeve, and then snap lock it in, matching G to G. Now we can take the ice cream cone, which is going to go into the right hand of the clown, and this is a single snap lock connection. So we'll match up eye to eye, it looks like on this one, and slide, wow, this is a little bit tough. Slide it in, there we go, and snap lock it, and then you want to feed the wire, which is labeled as K, through the sleeve, and it will connect us to the control box in a second. Obviously, we'll attach the left hand, which is the empty one, and this will match H to H, so again, just a snap lock. Now we're gonna go ahead and attach these suspenders for the clown, and if you're wondering, these are actually like real suspenders, which is really cool to see. I honestly thought they were just gonna be like sewn into the costume, but as you can see, they are like real suspenders that you're gonna take from the back of the costume, pull them all the way to the front, and he has these loops on the front of his pants. So we're just gonna kind of snap them on there. Obviously, you wanna get this looking as nice as you can possibly get it with the suspenders facing forward and looking nice. So you can play around with this as much as you want, but just snap them on and they function as real suspenders, which is really nice to see. Now we're gonna go into the back of the costume and start connecting these wires from the body to the control box. And it does look like there are quite a few of them. So obviously you're just gonna feed all the wires that you can see and connect them to the control box. And then finally, we're gonna plug in the adapter to the control box. And as you can see, it is a 6-volt 3-amp. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here he is, the Haunted Hill Farm 2025 Ice Cream Clown assembled in all of his glory. But before I give you my thoughts on him, let's take a look at the demos.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's the scoop. You'd best prepare for a meltdown of monstrous proportions. Let us take a good look at you. Yes. My favorite flavor. And your fear is the cherry on top. I think I'll have a taste. We're watching you, watching us. You may be wondering why we exist. Well, we're here to rot your teeth, to rot your flesh, It's the best way to marinate you. It tastes so much better that way. Oh, I just love ice cream. Especially ice cream floats. Hey, you know what else floats? Bodies.
Alright, so you just saw the demos for my Haunted Hill Farm 2025 Ice Cream Clown or Ice Cream Clown. And overall, I have to say that this animatronic has exceeded my expectations in just about every single way. Now, if you know me, you know I love monster clown animatronics. I'm always a big fan of just typical clowns, but I think monster clowns or big mutated clown characters really take it to the next level, especially when Tekky does them. And I think this guy is the perfect example of one of those characters. My first pro with this animatronic would be the size of him. As you can tell, he's a pretty large prop, not just because of how tall he is. He's maybe around 6.5 feet tall, but it's more because of his proportions. This guy has a huge head, he's got huge hands, a big body, obviously a very large ice cream cone, and he just feels intimidating when you stand up in front of him. He doesn't have to be the tallest prop in the world, but he just has this very large stature to him that makes him super intimidating and imposing. Alongside that, I love the look of this guy's face. This guy has the perfect monster clown head with the way his teeth are, the size of his head, the way his LED eye lights up, and the way the ice cream cone is lodged into the side of his head with spilled ice cream covering one of his eyes. I love the fact that he doesn't look like a typical human clown, but he also doesn't go all the way in that mutated direction. He's the perfect blend of a human being and a monster. This guy's animation is another area where I think he shines. Obviously, he features mouth movement with the guts, if you want to call it that, inside his mouth. Obviously, we have seen that before on the Tekky pumpkins that were sold at Lowe's. Those ones feature the orange guts to obviously look like pumpkin guts. This guy has a red material, and when the mouth moves, you can see those going on inside of his mouth. But the main animation with this prop would be the eyeball on his ice cream. I love how the eyeball actually looks around from side to side, and I won't lie, when we first saw demo videos of this prop, I honestly expected that eyeball animation to be done with a projection effect where it wasn't an actual mechanized movement, but rather an LED or a projection to make it look like the eyeball was actually moving. But now, actually having my hands on this guy and seeing him in person, it is an actual animation. That eyeball has a real motor in it that moves from side to side, and it is such a cool effect. I have no issues with the quality of this prop. Nothing raised any concern with me in terms of the build of him. I think Tekky did an amazing job. He's everything you can expect from a Tekky animatronic. The only thing that maybe I wish could be added to him would be an outdoor rating. If this guy was outdoor rated, man, he would be like the perfect clown prop in my book. He is just indoor rated, but in terms of the quality, no complaints. So the bottom line, I am over the moon with this prop, genuinely. I think he is such a cool clown animatronic. The size of him, the animation, and the audio will definitely make him stand out in any Halloween display for the 2025 season. And I also see a lot of potential of displaying this guy with other Tekky clown props from the past, such as Cotton Candy Dan. I think they both would go very well together with their kind of carnival confection theme. Obviously, this guy with ice cream, Cotton Candy Dan with cotton candy. And they both have similar styles, both being Tekky monster clown props. And I think this guy would go very well with just about any Tekky clown that's ever been made. I want to send the biggest of thank yous out to the Haunted Hill Farm team for sending me this animatronic to review. And like I said, stay tuned for more unboxings of every single HHF 2025 animatronic coming very soon right here on the channel. I am so grateful for Haunted Hill Farm sending me these animatronics to showcase on GMHaunts, and I am so excited to unbox the rest of them. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Halloween 2025 animatronic unboxings. Goodbye.